Let's face it, if you own a gun, chances are you stockpiled ammo over the last few years. If you didn't, you probably weren't paying attention to what was going on in the world. So I'm going to assume everybody watching this video probably stockpiled a lot of ammo over the last few years. I know I did, but not as much as a lot of other people. There's some people that have stockpiled tens of thousands of rounds, and to be quite honest, myself and many others included, I have so much ammo that I'm not so sure how long it'll take to get through all this ammo. With that being said, it's very important that you take care of your ammo and you store it right. Ammo, if not stored correctly, has a very short life expectancy. Some would say 10 years. That's not very long, but if stored correctly, it could last a lifetime. So we're going to take a look at the top 5 best practices for storing your ammo. Number 1, make sure, and I'm going to repeat that, make sure it is in a temperature controlled environment. I'm from Missouri, and there's a saying here that if you don't like the weather, stick around. It's definitely going to change later on. And it does. It changes rapidly. Sometimes you wake up and it's snowing, and later on that afternoon it's 80 degrees. That's just how it is. It's very important that your ammo be stored in an environment or in a temperature that is not rapidly changing. Rapid heating up and cooling down will destroy your ammo quickly. I've found the best way to do that is to make sure your ammo is stored in a temperature that's comfortable for you. There's a general rule. If it's comfortable for people, it's comfortable for ammo. Now for me, we're talking about 68 degrees is my ideal temperature. So find that temperature controlled environment and place your ammo there. Number 2, keep the moisture away. Now I'm not just talking about getting your ammo wet. What I'm talking about is keeping it in a humid place. You know, I believe that if you drew a diagonal line from Texas to Maine, everything east of that line is probably going to be very humid. That puts a lot of moisture in the air. Here in Missouri, it's extremely humid. I've actually had things just rust sitting in my house, just the air rusting them. This moisture is going to destroy the chemical composition of your ammo, and chances are when you need to use it, it's not going to work. So how do you cancel out that moisture? Well, it's really quite simple. You put it in an airtight container. Most modern ammo cans are going to be airtight containers, but it doesn't have to be an ammo can. It could be any airtight container, a Tupperware container. I mean, you can go to Walmart, there's aisles filled with airtight containers that cost only a few dollars. Make sure it is in an airtight environment. Number 3, a very simple, free way to make that ammo last a little bit longer is anytime you get silicone in a product, throw it in that container with your ammo. Almost everything we buy comes with a little packet of silicone. Don't throw those away. Put them in your ammo containers. It's going to have that exact same effect, preserving that ammo better than really anything else out there, to be quite honest. Number 4, a lot of people will say don't store your ammo in the factory boxes. I disagree. I store my ammo in factory boxes. I don't think there's necessarily a right way or a wrong way to do it, and we'll kind of talk to just storing them outside the boxes here in a second. But I put my boxes inside an airtight container. Now I keep them in the boxes. I know you can save a lot of space by putting them, just dumping them in a can. I keep them in the boxes because different brands do different things for me. I want to make sure, I want to know the brand, the grain weight, everything, and I don't just buy the same brand of ammo. I have probably about 500 different brands of ammo in my storage, so I want to keep track of what's what. I don't just dump everything in there. But if you're going to store them in the boxes, what typically will happen, especially if you have a stockpile and you go out and you buy more over time, is you put the new on top and the old on bottom, and then you're just constantly pulling from the new, and that bottom, that old, will sit there unused and you want to flip that around somehow. You want to put the new on the bottom and keep the old on top. And typically the best way I have to do that is have different sections of the container and just cycle them back over. Every time you put in on this side, cycle it back over. It's a very simple way to do it. Just keeps the old in the new section and pushes that new down towards the old. Number 5, if you are going to dump it in a can, and a lot of people do, that's the best way to save room for sure. You can fit a lot more ammo outside the box in a can than you can inside the box. If you do put it in the can, it's very important that somehow you have a system in place to do what I was talking about with the boxes, to get the old on top and the new on bottom. And oftentimes that means having multiple cans. It's very important that you cycle that properly and label the cans with the date as well as when they were stored in there. So again, if you're going to dump it all in a can, somehow have a system in place where the new's on top. And really the only way to do that is to have multiple smaller ammo cans or ammo containers and label them. Make sure you label the date on when it was put in there. And just a side note, make sure you're only putting the same caliber in that can as well. Don't mix up your calibers. So there you go. There's what I believe to be the top 5 best ways to make your ammo last a lifetime. I know there's a lot I've missed, but I believe if you follow these 5 simple instructions, your ammo should easily last a lifetime. Any thoughts on that or insight, definitely put that in the comments below. If you like this video, click like and subscribe. Feel called to support this channel with Patreon. That link is also below. But the most important part of this channel is we take prayer requests, so please don't ever hesitate to send that in. Thank you for watching this episode of God, Family, and Guns. And as always, love God, love your family, and love guns.